My life is a miracle. Every child has a story of God's love to share. Shalom World, tune into God's love story.
Modirakkani, a beautiful land. It's a hilly area, and this part of Modirakkani with no sign of developments. No tarred roads, no street lights, no water supply, nothing of that sort. And on this land, it's 500 feet high to the top. There are 4 hairpin bends on the way and a high rock, but still it looked a bewitching landscape. So we chose this place. And here, this place was chosen for Amma. We are reminded that God chooses a place for His people and not people for His place. I am Sister Mary Pastor, a member of the Congregation of Holy Family. And this congregation is an indigenous congregation founded by Saint Mariam Theresia and Venerable Joseph Vidayathan. I have been 18 long years here after my retirement, working among the inmates of this house. Nobody can count the blessings that one will get for helping the helpless. It is a translation of whatever you do to the least of my brethren, you do it unto me. That is the basic principle of this Amma. I am the eldest child of the 6 children in my family. We 3 daughters and 3 sons. My father is a school teacher. My mother is a simple housewife. So our family basically, my grandpa and entrepreneur, agriculturist. I had my high school education there. Then I joined St. Mary's College, Thrissur for my pre-university studies. And I did my BSc Botany there. And during my BSc Botany studies, I attended a vocation retreat. But my principal thought I'm not suitable for a vocation, religious vocation. So she said, you go and learn chemistry. It was her subject. But still I joined. I completed it and I aspired to join the Samaritan Sisters and give my name to them only because I wanted to go to heaven. I never lose heaven. For that purpose, even when I was in the lower primary school, high school, I used to pray to be a martyr. I believe that martyrdom, how hard it is, how painful it is, and nobody would get martyrdom very simply, only those who deserve it. All those things I don't know. But to get heaven, martyrdom is the way. So I prayed. Then there is a next effort to get permission from my father. Told him and he protested. He never allowed me and he asked me, why do you want to join the congregation? Whatever reasons I have to say, I told him, but there was no good alternative. He didn't allow. Then I decided I would run away. That's the only way to come away from home. And then I was staying in the convent. I did not go home for 1 week. After 1 week, my father came. All anger. He came and sisters did not go to him. I went to him. He argued with me, pleaded with me, and he tried to push me, pull me, and he couldn't. After a long time, I got tired. My father never expected that I would do this. So he was almost a lost person. He got into the car. Mother sat along with him and consoled him. Let me tell one thing. I never hated my father because even because of this, I did not hate. I never wanted anyone to speak ill of my father because he has been my God for a long time. He was everything for me, and that's why all this struggle. So I love him even now. He's dead and gone. When I think of it, how come I could escape it? It's Jesus, the Lord. It is all His work. That's what I believe. All my instances in my life happened only after difficulties, not very easily. So whenever difficulties arise, I'm not frightened. I know it is a sign that best things are coming. I believe it. That's the message that I have to all the sisters, to the whole world. Don't get frightened when difficulties, when obstacles arise. Take courage. Go through it. When I was provincial of Pavanatma province, it was during 1994-1997, 3 years. We, the council, had a dream of doing something radical to Jesus. So we just thought about it, discussed it, and then we decided to pray along with the superiors of the province. We kept vigil for 9 Saturdays, the whole night. At 5 o'clock, that ended up in Holy Mass. And after these 9 Saturdays, again we sat and we consulted and we came to the conclusion to have a house for the destitute old men and women. So we started searching a place for that. We went to so many places and then searched so many places, and finally we reached here. Even though it was looked at quite rugged land, inconvenient, but still we went all through the land. We came back tired and we sat on the doorstep of the small house which was here. As I was sitting there and looked at the eastern horizon where the mountain tops, the trees touched the sky. And from there, it was a bewitching scene. From there, something just murmured in my mind, in my heart. A tremor I felt. And that's what I felt. This is the place. So along with me, there was my superior, Sister Mary Michael, then Mr. Sriman Martin Ullatikulam. Then when I said this, Martin also jumped up and said, yes, this is the place. That's how we decided on this place. Amma was started at a time when the congregation decided to have collaboration with the lay people also in the field of apostolate. According to the direction of the congregation, this step has been taken by our own convent in Chalakudi. And they approached Reverend Father George Kutikal, a father who was the father of the poor. So he conducted 5 days retreat, 1 day seminar for all these people. And lay people also joined this retreat and seminars, and they started working with the sisters among street children, among HIV patients, house visit, and so on. It was at that time Amma was started. These lay people joined with us in every activity. Every Saturday they came for shaving, hair cutting, nail cutting, and to give bath. That was all a relief to us. It's not only that, when someone dies, they come with the coffin, flowers, and finally they carry the dead body, the coffin, all the 500 feet high path, reach the cemetery and bury them. So we were relieved when these people were there. People at the same time, whatever need we had, they all helped us in that need. They were a strength for us. During these 24 years, 745 inmates are being admitted. Of these, 327 are dead and gone. And of these, 197 are buried in our cemetery. The rest taken by their families or their parish people. On rare occasions or on rare days, sometimes we go to the cemetery, sit there and say rosary. One day, Sister Trini and me, Trini, a member of this convent, we together went to the cemetery. We sat there and prayed rosary. As we were praying, we got a strong, sweet fragrance. So we are surprised where it comes from. And when, after rosary, we went and looked at the tomb down. Some tombs are up, some tombs are down. But there was a hole in one of them. And it's through that. It's a perfume. It's a strong fragrance. We enjoyed it, but I closed it. So we believe some saints are there among these thrown outs. They are all forgotten, forsaken people. But now they live, what to say, bearing all that, a happy life. We believe, I believe. As I look at my experience here, what Pope Francis referred to in Fratelli Tutti is true. True to the word. What he said is true. We thrown out whatever is not needed, whatever is not useful. And I don't know the after effect of that. We are bringing the curse of God on us when we do all these things. Because each human being is created as part of the divine Lord. And we are gods. That's what Jesus said in Bible. God dwells in her, in them, or they are God themselves. So what we do when we throw out people, we are throwing out God. When we do all these things, we are closing very sharply the door of grace.
Amma is the sweetest name. Amma means mother. In Amma Modirakanni, we have three mothers. Mother Mary, Mother of Jesus, Mother Mariam Theresia, who is the founder of our congregation, the Holy Family Congregation, and Mother Mary Pastor, who is the director of this institute. Being a former Superior General, Mother Mary Pastor is often called Amma. Mother Mariam Theresia, our foundress, has said, "Nobody knows the reward God is going to give to those who help the helpless." And I believe that it is the same spirit of Mother Mariam Theresia which prompts her, Mother Mary Pastor, to love these brethren who are, of course, abandoned or marginalized.
What I liked most about her is her pattern of thinking. She thought differently from others and she always chose the untrodden path. After her retirement, she was elected the Mother Provincial and later she became the Mother General of the Holy Family Congregation. And finally, she landed in Amma. And at that moment, I knew that Jesus had chosen this bundle of compassion to captain this home of the destitutes. I have always watched the beginning and the growth of Amma. It's beginning from nothingness to the present stature of magnitude. And whenever I got a chance, I visited this place and I was very much touched by the way Mother Mary Pastor was handling everything. Her loving touch, her words of assurance helped the inmates to regain what they had lost in their homes.
I'm so glad God chosen me to be here in the beginning of this institution. It was, you cannot imagine what was the place before 25 years. It was the forest border, and when we came here, there was only a small house and just a jungle. Now it's really equipped and all the facilities are here. But the thing I feel like the spirit is the same. How we take care of that patients in the beginning, it's the same spirit continuing all through these 25 years. I will say the founder of this institution, Mother Mary Pastor, she has really initiated a good beginning in this in the foundation itself. So the Mother Mary Pastor give all the directions to everybody, like and she shows by her own life models too. And it's continuing all through these 25 years, and it's really inspiring the people. This institution stands for compassionate love, as our mother founders did, and also it's continuing through our Mother Mary Pastor too. So all the inmates are really happy. So they will say it's really a home for us.
The biggest joy of Amma is togetherness that we experience every day in the community as well as in the company of the inmates of the house. This is the charism of the congregation, looking after the destitute. That's what our mother did. All Holy Family sisters are called to cast this responsibility. We are called for that. I started my religious life in 1966-67, and I lived these many years in my congregation as a religious, as a professor in college, as provincial, as superior general. I landed in Amma. I have deep down in my heart a secret love towards the abandoned. And it's not my creation, but it is there. So when I came here, I'm amidst the abandoned. And also I feel now life is worth living. I'm not doing wonderful things here, but I feel life is worth living. They all love me. Most of them love me. And their love, I feel as precious as a jewel. They call me Amma and they love me. Every day they pray for me. Sometimes I shout at them, I get angry, I punish them, but still none of them hates me. I don't know why. So now I feel this is my field. And Jesus prepared me through all positions and through all work to this mission. I believe the Lord is there to take care of everyone. He would never allow anybody to be lost. So we can take courage and go ahead and living the life that the Lord wants us to live. We need only remain true to our call. Fear not. I am with you, is the word of the Lord.
ജീവിതമൊരു നീർപ്പോളയല്ലയോ സിംഹാസനത്തിനായി മോഹിച്ചലയും മനുഷ്യ നീയത് ഓർക്കുന്നുണ്ടോ ജീവിതമൊരു നീർപ്പോളയല്ലയോ.
To all of the viewers of Shalom TV throughout the world, I want to encourage you not only to support this amazing media apostolate, but to spread the word to others. We all know how the internet and mass media are polluting the world with the poison of pornography and so much other forms of materialism. This is the source of eternal life, the gospel, and Shalom TV is consecrated to spreading the word of Christ. Thank you.